Nice. Well, this should be on.
So we're here out at Sydney Uni today to see whether students and people here are interested in human rights. We want to abolish abortion to the glory of God, and the murder that happens in our country every day is horrendous, and we as Christians want to stand up against it. So let's see how our conversations go today.
Hi, sir. Do you care about human rights? What do you think about human rights? Hey, sir. Do you care about human rights?
I think what he's missing in our election cycle here, as we're about to vote, is no one wants to call abortion murder.
No.
No one wants to call it murder.
Very few. Very few. I've found two.
Found two. Okay.
Found two.
There's no parties. You'll find maybe an individual.
No parties.
Here or there.
It's a libertarian and an Australian citizen.
Yeah.
How you going, mate? What do you think of babies being murdered? No? Flip. All you do is flip the finger. So you're for the murder of children? Or you just got to walk away because you got no argument? Thoughts on human rights? Have a good day, sir. The question is, are you for human rights? Or are there some humans that we are willing to murder and destroy? We're not condemning. We're trying to bring the gospel, good news of forgiveness, and seek that people would turn their views from murdering. And it's terrible in our society, and we're willing to stand up for those who have no voice themselves. Society's so inconsistent on this issue. They'll consider, children in another country who they have no contact with, and yet they will not only celebrate this in our country, but they reward late-term abortions. They reward them. They give the mother for over $4,000. So it has to stop. We don't want to be out here doing this. I'd much rather be just showing people this.
Yeah.
But people deny that it's even a baby. People deny that it is a human being. And this is what happens, the destruction of a human being. So that's why we're here. Yeah. Have a good day. How you going, sir? Good to
You could be, you just can't come on this side.
Nice. I'm Stephen. What's your name? What do you think about human rights?
Nothing I look for.
Oh, come on. You've got to have a view of human rights. The murder of children. Everyone must have a view on it. You're either for it or against it, right? He was very nice to me today.
A few moments later.
Mate's going to make me walk.
But he said to me, walking past, he goes, oh, he's going to make me walk. So you can't tell me that he did as he walked past. Why is this issue such a big issue for you guys? The murder of children. It clearly is for a lot of people here. Why is it that they love murder so much? Because I've done everything that you guys have asked me to do, and yet last 2 times still called the police on me.
The police have called up and say that you guys are hit.
Yeah.
The police called up and say you hit.
Yeah, I know. I saw the police. They came past before. That's what I'm saying. Like, they come past. They don't want to deal with this. Why is this such a big issue? When Jewish students on campus have felt so much fear and alarm, and you guys have done nothing. No police have been called most of the time. See the double standards on campus?
Why you think the police would be called.
Yeah, because that's the language that you guys and the police have said. Because people feel fear and alarm, we're going to move you on.
Yep.
So that's the only reason why I use the same language that you guys have employed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can't move people on when people reported to us 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But all I'm doing is trying to point out the double standards of campus.
If someone rang me and said that they felt a certain way, we'll come.
Yeah.
But if they come and tell us 3 weeks later, who do I move on?
No, I'm not saying you need to do that. I'm saying it's double standards of how it treated Jewish students here compared to 1 or 2 people standing here with a sign about murder, which is true. That's a human life in the womb. And we're advocating against it for God's glory. But we also come with a message of forgiveness through Jesus Christ, because there is forgiveness for every sin. So it wasn't the Sydney University that called the police this time. The police called the Sydney University and said that we were here.